Hi, I'm Fernando. I'm from the Diversity magazine. I'm here in the constituency office of Mr. David Shepherd, MLA. Mr. David Shepherd, could you please tell me briefly about your background?
Sure, absolutely. Grew up here in Edmonton, north side, Clareview and Castle Downs. Graduated from high school, went to Grant MacEwan. Back then it was a community college, now university. Studied the music program there, studied piano performance. Spent a few years working around the local music scene as a keyboard and piano player. Did a second major recording live sound, spent a few years working as a studio engineer. Eventually went back to school, got a diploma in professional communications, and spent about 5 years working as a professional communicator in the public service. So worked with the Canada Revenue Agency, Alberta Health, and then I was working with the City of Edmonton on their LRT design and construction file just before I got elected.
Mr. Shepherd, what made you to enter politics, and that too from Edmonton Centre?
Always had an interest in politics. You know, even when I was a little kid, I used to go to the opinion page of the Edmonton Journal and read the political cartoons. I was always just fascinated by that stuff. But for me, it was really, I started getting involved in some local politics and advocacy. First of all, just on the condo board at my building, sort of working with other owners to sort of ensure that things were being done fairly and on behalf of everybody in the building. Then later got involved with some local advocacy around bike lanes and bike infrastructure, and just discovered, I enjoyed that kind of work. I enjoyed rallying people together, coming up with strategies and sort of advocating for change. So it was always something I kind of thought I would try and look for an opportunity maybe someday down the road.
Could you tell us what made you to enter politics from NDP?
Well, at the end of 2014, I'd wrapped up the work I'd been doing sort of on bike advocacy, and we'd convinced City Council to put in some money for the 102nd Avenue bike lane. It's going to be going in right over here. And so I had a bunch of time on my hands and was sort of interested in getting into political communications. I reached out to the Alberta NDP and said, hey, I'm interested in volunteering. And they came back and said, well, would you be interested in being a candidate? And I sat back and I kind of thought, well, I don't know if I'm really ready for that yet. But then I found out that they actually wanted someone to run here in Edmonton Centre. They needed a candidate in my neighborhood. So I decided that, it would be a good opportunity to get out and get some experience. I didn't expect that I would have a chance to win, but I thought it would be an opportunity to get my name out in the community. And then a few years down the road, the MLA who was currently here, who had been here for quite some time, might be looking to retire, and I might have an opportunity to take a more serious run at the seat. So,
what have you achieved so far?
Well, there's a few things, I think. I've been really proud of the work I've had the opportunity to support in terms of what our government's been doing. Certainly, the investments we've made in, creating jobs here in the province. I was happy to be a co-sponsor of the new Alberta Investor Tax Credit that's going to be helping out our startup community and a lot of our new technology industry. They're going to help create jobs and new innovation technology here in the province. The Climate Leadership Plan, which has helped us to get 2 new pipelines now here in the province of Alberta, is going to help us to green our environment. At the same time, that's going to provide a big boost in our technology sector and help our industry to be more competitive, which is going to create more jobs and opportunity here in the province. So I've really been proud to be a part of that. On my own, I've had the opportunity to work on a few things. Here in Edmonton Centre, of course, we see a lot of challenges with people who are struggling with issues of addiction or mental health or other things like that. So on the addictions front, I was really happy to be able to bring some folks who are working to introduce safe consumption sites here in the City of Edmonton to meet with our ministers of health, and to see now that we've put investment into them to be able to go out and engage in our neighborhoods, talk with communities, and working towards bringing those into place, which will keep people safer, keep people healthier, and help clean up our neighborhoods. And of course, the work I've been doing for some big event coming up here at the legislature, the first official recognition at the Alberta legislature for Black History Month. Because Black Albertans have been here for over 100 years, going back to folks like John Ware, who came up from the U.S., started settlements. We're part of the ranching community here, been part of our economy, part of our culture, helping build community here in Alberta. And so I think it's wonderful that we get this opportunity now to recognize that and be able to help bring that history forward for more people to recognize.
Are you going to run again?
Absolutely.
Next time too?
I love the work. I really love the opportunities I get to connect with so many people in so many different communities, not even just right here in Edmonton Centre, but across the city. get a real sense of what are the challenges people facing, what are the things that they're celebrating, getting the opportunity to recognize the great work so many different Albertans are doing and try to support them wherever I can. So absolutely, I will be back and on the campaign trail in 2019.
So how do you spend your time at your leisure? That is, if you have time for that.
It's challenging, absolutely. This is a job that takes up a lot of time. It's probably more of a lifestyle than an occupation. But part of it is I do really enjoy the opportunities I get out to connect in the community, and sometimes those are a little more casual and I get to relax and have a little more fun. But I do take time, every day I try to ride my bike as much as possible to get around, so that gives me a chance to get some exercise, clear my head a little bit, have a little fun. I really enjoy getting out and seeing live music here in the city. We've got a great scene. Get out to see some film on occasion. And every once in a while, just take some time to relax at home. Just bought a new place, been doing some renovations and enjoying the chance to do a bit more physical work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to chat with Diversity Magazine.